Hey you foodies out there, so today we'll be preparing this very easy and very basic dhaba style paneer masala at home. So if you're a beginner, if you're going into the kitchen for the first time, or if you're a bachelor, then this recipe you can definitely make without much ingredients and efforts. So let's get started. So to prepare perfect paneer masala in dhaba style, first up in a non-stick pan, we'll dry roast the gram flour or the besan. So here I've taken just 1 tablespoon of gram flour or the besan. Dry roast this on low to medium flame just for about 1 to 2 minutes. Do not turn it very dark. This will help in giving nice thickness to the gravy, and this is the secret ingredient which is used in most of the restaurants and dhabas. So we'll roast this just for a while and then immediately switch off the flame. Transfer this onto a plate and keep it aside. Next, we'll take around 250 grams of paneer, which I've cut into medium sized pieces. I'm going to slightly marinate it with all the dry spices. So in goes half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of red chili powder, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, and mix everything really well just to coat the paneer pieces with the masala, and this will help in giving nice extra flavor to the paneer in the gravy. This is obviously optional, you can use raw paneer here, but I personally like doing this as it helps in enhancing the flavor. So these are well coated with the masala, keep it aside. Next up in a pan, I am going to take a tablespoon of ghee. You can also use oil or butter instead. And then we are going to fry all the paneer pieces in it. So put all the paneer pieces one by one into the hot ghee, and then we'll fry the paneer pieces just for a while, say about 2 to 3 minutes, or until it gets nice coating of the masala all over and it's fried well also. So make sure you flip them in between as and when required, and do this procedure over medium flame. And make sure to toss the paneer slowly and gently so that it doesn't break, and then you can get nice coating on top. So these are done enough. Do not overcook the paneer and make it hard and rubbery. The paneer pieces are looking really good and tempting. I sometimes enjoy these as it is, sprinkling some chaat masala over it, and then I end up having only a few pieces left for the gravy. So guys, if you also love to munch in between like me, then make extra pieces for your gravy. We'll keep these paneer pieces aside in the pan itself. Next, I'm going to take 2 tablespoons of oil in a pan, and to this I'm also going to add 2 tablespoons of clarified butter or ghee. This will help in giving nice flavor to the gravy, and this is how it's prepared in all the dhabas. They use ghee for all their gravies. To this I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds, 3 to 4 cloves, a piece of cinnamon, 2 to 3 dry red chilies, half a teaspoon of asafoetida or hing, 2 green cardamoms slightly crushed this way, just crush it slightly with the help of your hands, and a bay leaf. Fry these whole spices just for a while or until you get nice aroma out of it. And guys, if you can check all the ingredients in details in the description box below in English as well as in Hindi. Now these are fried enough. Next we'll be adding the onions. These are finely chopped onions, and today I'm using 3 onions, but if you want you can grate or puree the onions also. But this is how it's prepared in most of the dhabas. The onions over here are really finely chopped, which will help in giving nice thick and grainy texture to the gravy. Cook the onions for about 5 to 6 minutes or until it slightly changes its color. And make sure you caramelize the onions really well over here, as it will help in giving that dhaba style color to the gravy or the dish. So keep cooking the onions as required. Here I'm adding half a teaspoon of salt to the onions to help the caramelization faster. And when the onions are almost done, we'll be adding 2 tablespoons of crushed ginger and garlic to it. You can also use paste or pieces if you wish to. Cook this as well along with the onions until its rawness goes away. So we'll cook the onions for some more time until it turns nice golden brown in color and it's fried well. So keep cooking this for some more time. So now you can see the onions are nicely brown in color. We'll add in all the dry spices here. So in goes a teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder, a teaspoon of coriander powder, half a teaspoon of cumin powder, half a teaspoon of garam masala, and the earlier roasted besan or gram flour. Keep cooking these masalas with the onions just for a while, but do this over low to medium flame. You can see the masalas and the besan are nicely combined and getting cooked in the oil. This will help in enhancing the flavor of the gravy with a very good color along with the thickness of besan. You can see the frothy besan cooking on top along with the masalas. It's really beautiful and aromatic. So mix the masalas really well with the onions so that they are cooked through for almost about 2 minutes over low flame. So cook up the masalas really well. That's the secret of all the dhaba style recipes, that is, they cook their masalas really well in the oil always, and they always use gram flour in their gravies. So it is done enough. Do not turn it very dark, otherwise it will burn also. Next to this we'll add in the tomatoes. So here I'm adding 4 tomatoes which I've grated. You can see the texture. I've done this to give that dhaba style texture. If you want, you can puree this or even finely chop. Cook this as well along with the onions for about 4 to 5 minutes or until its rawness goes away. And it should also leave some oil from the sides. So keep cooking the tomatoes over medium flame. And next I'm going to cover this with the lid to cook it faster. Just for about 5 to 6 minutes over low to medium flame. Now remove the lid and check. You can see the tomatoes have cooked through and have become tender, and the masala has also become slightly thicker, and it has also started to leave some oil from the sides of the pan. So at this point of time I am going to add very little water to adjust the consistency. Next, keeping the flame on low, I am going to add the yogurt or dahi. This is a thick yogurt or dahi. I am going to add 3 to 4 tablespoons of it and cook and mix it well along with the tomatoes, and let it cook further for about 2 to 3 more minutes. Keep mixing the yogurt with the masala until the yogurt is fully infused in the gravy and oozes out some oil. This will help in giving nice base to the gravy as well as the taste. After yogurt, I am going to add 3 to 4 slit green chilies and mix it. This is how it's usually done in the dhabas, and I personally like doing this also. Next, I am going to add 1 teaspoon of fenugreek leaves or kasuri methi, which I am going to slightly crush with the help of my hands to release all its flavors. Mix that as well along with the gravy. Once that is mixed, now we'll add water, more or less. So if you want, you can add water again at this point of time to adjust its consistency. Mostly it's on the thicker side, so just add water accordingly. And after adding water, let it come to a good boil. And then we'll be cooking it over medium flame for about another 2 to 3 more minutes. So now you can see it's boiled enough and it has thickened also. We'll be adding the paneer pieces to it. So I'm adding all the paneer pieces into the gravy along with that flavorful ghee, because I don't want to waste any bit of it. That's aromatic ghee with all the spices. So I'm going to add all the paneer pieces along with the ghee and toss the paneer pieces really well with the gravy, making sure not to break the paneer pieces. So toss it well for a while until all the paneer pieces are nicely coated with the gravy. And now let the paneer cook along with the gravy, covering it with the lid for about 3 to 4 minutes or until all the flavors are nicely taken up by the paneer and it has become fully flavorful and spicy. I'm going to remove the lid and check. Wow, you can see the oil floating on top and it has got beautiful red color in it. And just look at this consistency, I'll show you. Just look at this consistency and thickness of the gravy. This is how it's prepared in most of the restaurants and dhabas. That's the perfect thick gravy texture. You can see this. It's looking really spicy and tempting. Now we'll put some fresh coriander and toss that as well. So now my perfect dhaba style paneer masala is ready to serve. I'm going to serve it hot with some rice or roti on the side. You can see this grainy and thick consistency texture. It's a perfect gravy with all the tender paneer pieces in it. So guys, don't you think this recipe was